I'm going to text one person here real quick. You go ahead and turn this YouTube video off. Not turn it off. Get out of that. All righty, let's go ahead and get started. And let me see what screen you guys see. Once again, I apologize for starting late. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's on tonight, I want to welcome you to our Kerry Miller TV Presents True 90 Training. And it's always an absolute pleasure. Kenny, I will tell y'all something funny real quick before we get started. Everybody knows Kenny Dutton, or if you don't know him, he's a great help to me in so many things. We've been best friends for a long time. He's like my brother, and he's not the smartest person. I thought he was the smartest person in the world, but I realized that he's not as smart as I thought he was. And he grows things outside and all that kind of stuff. He's built this amazing greenhouse, and it's just, I would say he has a green thumb, but now he's got a red toe. And but he went out the other night, about 2 nights ago. Sally called me about 9:30 at night. He had gone out to the greenhouse to cover up some plants. And, most people, especially here in Texas, we're smart enough. If we go outside at night, we usually put our shoes on. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he didn't put his shoes on, and he split his toe right in half all the way down to the bone, broke several bones. And as you know, I mean, there's not a lot they can do with bones in a toe. So, but he didn't have to have it amputated. I did ask him if he called the tow truck to get to the hospital, but they got it sewed up and everything, and he's doing fine. But he goes, just don't ask me to toe the line tonight. A little joke there on his little messed up toe, but fortunately he's okay, and I was happy about that. And I worry about the guy. He works hard and he puts in a lot of time in everything he does, and yeah, they needed to amputate your head. They could have sent it to science and figured out what's wrong with you. But anyway, so we're going to get rocking and rolling tonight. And a lot of people, I've had several questions this week. So we're going to talk strictly about money and how the money works with True 90 and how you build points. And we're going to basically and understand that in just a very few short weeks, if not just a couple of weeks, points are going away, and it's going to be, I mean, there'll still be points, but everything will be a cash back. So right now, the way it works is, let me go ahead and get started. Can you guys see the slides? I need to move the slides. We're going to talk about building your business tonight, as we have, but as you know, everything comes in as a point. So when you purchase something, you get what's called a profit point. And that profit point is like profit sharing. So if you were in a company and you got, 2% a month of the net income of the company as your profit sharing, and it went into a pool, you'd get 2% a month. And then if there was 100 people in that profit sharing and it was $1,000, then everybody would get $10 that month of the profit sharing. So everybody that was a part of that would break down, and everybody would make $10 a month. Well, True 90, it's kind of the same way. So I want you to think of it as a profit sharing pool where everybody shares in the amount of money that comes into the company. I'm going to jump on over here real quick to my site. I kind of want to show you guys this so you'll understand. Because people will ask, how do I get paid? How do I make money with True 90? And it's basically a big profit sharing pool. We're all, building dividends, and we get paid for it at the end of the month, or actually at the beginning of the month. On the 31st at around midnight, something like that. I think it's midnight Pacific time. They hit a button and all the algorithms start going and everything starts building. So let me just show you this real quick. And everybody saw where I did this online the other night where I got my personal points. This was my true box. This happened while I was online the other night. This was a true box. There's some people that are down the line that have points that haven't rolled up to me yet. They will by the end of the month just because of the way they're building their business. But what you see here, this is my personal points, 33.3. Now, this was about 50%, okay, profit points based on the product that I bought. So let's say, let's just use a round number. Let's say it's you buy a $100 product and it's 10% is what the profit points pay. That 10% would be 10 profit points, not $10. Okay, 10 profit points. The 10% would, the entire sum would go into the pool. Okay, the sum of money would go into the pool. And at the end of the, let me go over here to, let me think where it's at here. I think it's in customer dashboard. Might be in business dashboard, but I'll find out here real quick. Yeah, right here. So right here, you can see like this is all the money that was paid out. Okay. And this, I don't know how many members it went to or where it went to, but you can see here the progression. Okay. This was January of last year. Okay. And this is when the company launched. And in February, this was the member rewards paid out and so forth. And it's continued to grow and continue to grow. I mean, it went from 37,000. Matter of fact, this was when, no, I joined right here in February. Okay, I joined in February. So it was at 89,000, and you can see that it's completely grown every month. And this is the total profit points that have been paid out to members, $1,078,320. Now, this true gift card right here, this true rewards, all this true stuff is going away. What happens at this very moment, but this is fixing to change, everything goes into what's called a true wallet. When they change the algorithm, when they change the way this thing works, this is going to simply be cash back. The way it works now is, and I don't want to confuse you, but I just want you to know what's going to happen until it changes. It goes into the true wallet, and until you become a paid affiliate, you can't remove it from the true wallet. But in the next 30 days or so, you're going to be able to go in here and click on this and transfer this money immediately to your bank account. When this changes from true wallet to cash back, I don't care if it's $5. If you want to take it out and put it in your account, you're going to simply click on a button and transfer it to your account. Of course, there's nothing in there right now because I haven't been paid. This is paid out on the 1st every month. And this account that I'm in now is new, okay? So you want to go in and you just want to track what you do. Right here, check out True Wallet balance and all of that stuff. That's going away. It's going to be strictly cash back. All right. Strictly cash back. So what happens is I go out and I get 33 points. All right. I get 33 points. And this happens to be Mark Tolson. I know exactly who this is. Okay. And Mark Tolson gets 33 points, and Mark's on my front line. Okay. He's like he's one of the first connections that I made. Okay. He's one of my top connections. All right. And then as Mark gets people under him, I will get those connection points. Those points will show right here. There's two kind of people that are part of True Nighting. There are business builders, and there are people who are just going to shop. Don't negate either one of those, because what will happen is is when someone starts shopping and they start seeing what's happening. And as a matter of fact, see this, this 39 points right here? That's my points. That's my maximum point max that I need to make sure I match. So now I think that was at 34 or something the other day. So someone has bought something else or something came in somewhere. And now if I want to match this points right here, I need to be at 39. So I'll get 6 more points by the end of the month. So, but this is your points that you want to match right here, 39. Okay. So I want to make sure that I've got 39 points so I can maximize my payout at the end of the month. Back to the two kind of people. All right. Buyers become business builders. Does everybody understand that? Because what they start seeing is they start saying, hey, this does work. And we'll use Curtis as an example. And Curtis goes out and he talks to, I can't remember the name of the fellow I talked to on Saturday for Curtis. Curtis, I apologize real quick. I did not finish editing that video today, but I will finish editing that video tomorrow. I have been up to my eyeballs today to get things completed. I am going to work on it after training tonight. But so anyway, so Curtis goes out and he gets somebody in his organization. Now, Curtis is underneath Kenny. So I will get paid on Kenny. I will get paid on Curtis. Okay. But from there down, let's say Curtis has Will and Curtis has Sherry and the fellow that we talked to on Saturday, until I get what's called a Patrick, thank you. Until I get what's called a pace setter leg, okay, which is your 3, 2, 1. All right. You want to, I need 3 people and they need 2 people and they need 1 people. That's why I say build it at 3. When I get that pace setter leg, then I'm going to pick up all of Curtis's points. And that's going to happen, especially with the compression that's coming. Right now, if there's a blank spot, it's blank. There's nothing you can do about it. If somebody didn't do anything, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can't make people purchase. You can't make people do things. They're either going to do it or they're not. That's why the compression is so important. Because what's going to happen is let's say that Curtis has 4 or 5 people underneath him, and he's got 3 or 4 of those that aren't doing anything. And I need that person, I need a person to fill in right there to make him that pace setter leg. Then they'll push up into that pace setter leg. Now I'll get paid all those points. And I know it's kind of confusing now because you can't see it. When they bring this out, you'll be able to see it and you'll be able to say, hey, Will Sims, how you doing, my friend? And so you'll see this actually happen. But the bottom line is you are in a profit sharing pool. And everybody that you connect to you brings on profit points. And in those profit points, whether it be 20 cents or 30 cents, they're thinking that with the new algorithm, when it comes out, it's going to be somewhere between 30 and 38 to 40 cents. So it's basically fixing a double per point. So at 100,000 points, that is what? 38,000 a month or something like that. So at 10,000 points, it's $3,800 a month. So that you can see that building your business and building your organization is extremely important. Let me go back over here to this. I did this the other day on with Patrick, Curtis's new guy. And I will say that worked out great, man. I did learn a lot. I learned that I'm going to shorten this down to about 15 minutes when we do the presentation. It's your guys' responsibility to introduce them, okay, to the business and or the company. I'm going to talk specifically about the business and what True United is. I'm going to introduce True United. I'm going to introduce the business. I'm going to introduce the e-commerce site, and we're going to roll through it in about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's going to be pretty quick, clean. I'm not going to talk about a bunch of crap. Okay, it's going to be to the point, and we're going to talk about building the business. And this Patrick's wife, asked, she said, well, if I don't buy anything, am I obligated to buy anything? Well, that's a great question. Okay. And I don't never think about that because I buy. But someone isn't obligated to buy anything. If they don't buy anything, let me pull this up over here if I can find it. If they don't buy anything, okay, then guess what happens? They get 0 points. They get 0 points. So if they don't buy anything, guess what? You don't get any points either. All right. They have to be actively engaged creating the profit pool for you to receive points for them. Now, let me go down here one more and let me show you something. I'm just going to do a quickie here. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, let's say this is Will. This is with the new system, okay? This is with the new system. Here's Kenny and here's Will. Kenny signs up Will. Let's say that, I don't know, maybe Kenny was in the hospital all month because he stumped both toes and he didn't have his true box set up. So Kenny made what? Kenny made 0 points, all right, this month. He has 0 points, all right? And what's going to happen is Will is going to move right up here and move Kenny right down here, all right? Kenny gets nothing and his points compress up to me. So instead of me missing out right here, Will's points are going to compress up. Kenny's going to compress down. So I'm still going to get my 60 points, all right? The way it is right now, now Will would be on my second level, but if he was on my third level, that's where it's really going to count. The way it is now, I would get nothing from Kenny. I would get something from Will, but if the person below Will, and I'm going to do this one more time, I want everybody to see this. This is very important for you to see. This is why it's extremely important. Okay, this is why it's extremely important. To make this happen. Now, let's say that Kenny comes in and Kenny don't do anything. And the way it is right now, I would not get anything. Let's see here. We'll put a name down here from Curtis. Okay. But what's going to happen is Kenny's going to fall back down here on the bottom. These two guys are going to compress up. And now I went from 60 points to 90 points at the end of the month just from compression alone. Now think if you have 1,000 people in your connections, okay, and 250 of them don't do anything. At the end of the month, they're going to move away, and all this stuff is going to compress up. Okay, all this stuff is going to compress up. Now on the first, after they do this, bam, it goes right back like it was. All right, now Kenny does 30 points here. Will does his 30 points here. Curtis does his 30 points here. Now all these points will flow up. Does everybody understand that? And this will be cash back. So that'd be 100 and what, 20 points. 120 points times 20 cents is what? Whatever it is. $24 or something like that. Does everybody follow me on how to build the business? Yeah, nobody, I tell you, this is power like you've never seen. I'm telling you, power like you've never seen. Now, what you want to do is this. You want to come in and you want to get 3 people, all right? 3 people. This is I cannot stress this enough. And it doesn't matter if you get one person a month or all three people in 1 month or however you do it. You need to focus on these two kind of people, business builders and buyers. Okay. One of two things is going to happen. They're going to see it or they're not going to see it. I don't beg people. I don't beat people amongst the head and shoulders and say, hey, you got to do this. I know how powerful the program is. I know the kind of money that can be made. There are going to be some serious millionaires made in this organization this year. And I want you guys to be a part of that. I want everybody on here to be a part of that millionaire club. Okay. So focus on, let me move this down right here. Focus on your three people. Carrie's got 60, there's 60, there's 30, there's 40. I got 190 points. And then just continue to multiply that out. Just continue to bring that down. Okay. And you'll be able to see, looking at the connection trees and everything, you're going to see exactly what the points are happening in your organization. But your focus needs to be this right here. Your focus needs to be right here. Those three people. And if you do that, you have nowhere to go but up. Now, this is what happens. Let's say that Carrie comes in, that I walk in the door and I say, okay, everything's rocking and rolling. Let me see. There's my mouse. Everything's rocking and rolling. Everything's looking good. And I come in here and I say, hey, oops, sorry about that, in the wrong spot. I got a new guy, all right? And I want to bring him in. And my front line is solidified, okay? My front line is good. So I don't really want to put him there. I want to drop him down here. I want to go ahead and start building my business leaders deep, all right? After you get this down 6 levels, and after you get down about 4 levels, this really starts taking on a mind of its own. Now you want to come up and you want to start your second 3. So you've built your first 3 and you've built this down 5 or 6 levels, okay? Now this pays, I know we always talk about 6 levels. This pays unlimited width, 15 levels deep. Does everybody copy that? Does everybody understand that? Unlimited width, 15 levels deep. All right. So let's say that we get all this built down and we got our 730 business builders down here and we're doing $10,000 a month. How do you replicate that? Start over. Start on your next 3. And this is what happens. Your next 3 takes on a different look because now your first 3 has done everything and you've started building your business and everything looks exactly like it's supposed to be. So now when you sit down with somebody, you can say, let me show you what my $10,000 leg is doing. All right. And then you turn around, you got your $10,000 leg going. Your next leg goes to $10,000 in 90 days. Now you're making 20,000. You do that 10 times and you're making $1 million. $1 million a year. I mean, do it 10, that's $100,000 a month. Okay. And I know those are big numbers and I don't like really using big numbers because sometimes that scares people away, but I've got leaders on here right now. I got people on here that are money makers. I got people on here that are business people. So when I talk to business people, I don't talk in dollars and cents. I talk in hundreds and thousands of dollars because a business is there to make $1 million or more. You don't launch a business to make $20,000 a year. I can go work at McDonald's and make $20,000 a year. Okay. I want to I want to build a business. And that's why you're here tonight, because you want that $1 million. Okay. Now, I personally believe that I didn't think this before until I saw the Curtis Browning effect. And Curtis and his wife have kind of teamed up. They're separate. Okay, so you got Curtis, and then you got Sherry down here, and Curtis is building his organization, and Sherry's going to build her own organization. Two separate social groups. All right, two separate social groups. Curtis is working his social group. Sherry's working her social group. That's very powerful as long as both people do that. I personally think the wives will probably kick the husband's butt just because of their social stature and because they're used to shopping. Okay, they're used to shopping. But if you're going to work it separately, that's a great way to go. If you're not going to work it separately, then the husband and wife need to team up and work their social group together. Okay. These points, the only thing you need to think about building this business is getting 3 people and sharing with them how to get 30 points. Nothing else matters. In the whole scheme of things, nothing else matters. How do you get these points? I'm going to jump back over to the site. Give me 1 second, if I can find it. Go to direct to consumer first. Set up your True Box to where it's set up every single month. Let me go back down here to my account. They moved True Box. It used to be under direct to consumer. That's why I always go to direct to consumer. Go to True Box. View my True Box. If you don't do anything else, if you don't shop and do anything else, set up your True Box. Now, what's going to wind up happening is you're going to start saying just like I do. And I never did this before. Okay. And I'm an online person. I build online companies. That's what I do. And I never thought about shopping online until I became a part of True United. And now it's second nature to me. I mean, I don't get up and go anywhere. In between my multitasking during the day, I say, man, I need a whiteboard, or I need some markers for my whiteboard, or I need whatever. I go online and order it. And then whenever I go to town, it's waiting for me to go get, and I walk back there and pick it up, and I get in my car. I don't have to look for anything. I don't have to touch nasty buggies. I don't have to talk to anybody. I can go get what I want, and I'm out of there. So now, next thing you know, my points are 60, 80 points a month. And next thing you know, all of your connections are 60, 80 points a month. But that comes from global brands, okay? And it comes from gift cards. Excuse me, let me grab a drink. I had Mexican food for lunch and I just burped it up. That was nasty. But anyway, set up your True Box. This is your baseline. This is your monthly investment. These are your profit points. These are your dividends that you know are solid. The other profit points from the global brands and the markdown and from markdown cards, from the gift cards, that's your extra. That's your gravy. Okay, that's your kids' college fund. That's a trip to the Bahamas. That's a new yacht in Miami. That's a new Rolls Royce sitting in your driveway. Whatever you want it to be, let that be your gravy. Let this be your baseline. How many of you on this call have been in business for yourself before? How many on this call have been in a sales organization before? How many of you on this call, someone sat down with you and they said, hey, you have to do $1,000 a month this month in sales or you don't have a job anymore. You have to go out and you have to bring in XY dollars from the HVAC business or you don't have a job anymore. You have to go out and suck so much water out of houses or you can find something else to do. There's always a quota. I don't care what it is. You don't have to fulfill it with True United, Nobody's going to kick you out. Nobody's going to say anything to you. But in a business, you have to set a baseline. And a business knows that if he's got 10 people working for him and he's got to do $100,000 a month, okay, each person has to do $10,000 in sales. That's just the way it is. Or you don't keep the, life is a quota. Absolutely, Mark. Or you don't keep the lights on. It's the same way in this business. If you want to build the business, and I don't mean a hobby, I'm talking about building a real business, then this is your baseline. 30 points a month. Okay? 30 points a month. If you teach everybody to do 30 points a month, 30 points a month, and start with your true box. I think I showed Curtis's true box in the training on Saturday. It was beautiful. He's got 34 and Sherry's got 35 already set up for February, and it's already showing. Okay, when that true box goes away, then I'll be able to see their March. And then when it goes, what's going to happen in February, as soon as it's paid out and bought, those points go up to where? They go up to profit points. They go up to right here. Give me 1 second. They'll go up here to the connection points. So I already know, as long as their true box stays the same, now they can they can up it or they can down it or whatever. But I already know that come February, there's 75 points or 35 and 69 points. I already know that there's 69 points right here. I know Mark Tolson's going to do his 33. So that's already 100 connection points, 100 profit points. Okay. My dividend share already, because I know these folks and I know what they're going to do. Will Davis has a ton of gift cards that he bought. So when those own hold points hit, okay, when those pending points hit and those old home points come up here and they might, then guess what? Bam, it's going to hit. So make sure, okay, that, now this is from Mark Tolson's true box right here. Make sure that you set your baseline. When someone asks you how you get paid the first of the month, every single month. Starting March, it's going to be cash back. They can transfer as much cash. If they sign up this month, this is a couple of weeks ago. If they sign up right now, it's going to go into the True Wallet. When the True Wallet changes over, that's going to convert to cash immediately. All right. So it's kind of, I don't know, in the middle right now where the business is going, but that's where it's headed. So, and that's going to happen. They're just waiting to switch the button over, and they're running tests right now. Even as we speak, they are testing the algorithm, and the algorithm is sweet. All right. Let me go back over here to the other screen real quick. Focus right here. I'm going to say that again. There's nothing wrong with people that just want to buy. Share with them. I mean, the time savings alone, being able to shop from one portal to go to any store you want without going from website to website to website, that's time savings alone. People are already buying online. 80% of the people online bought last month on a store, from a store. So when you're selling this, okay, when you're talking to people about this, you're going to talk about the business. If you have people that want to know about the business and you want me to share it with them, connect with me, just like Curtis did. If you're just sharing the site, the e-commerce side of it, where people can go in and shop, you don't really need me for that part, okay? You don't need me to tell them that, hey, they click on a button, they sign up, and they go purchase. That's what they want to do anyway. If they want to build a business, what I'm going to do and is finish up this video, okay? And this video is going to be about a 15 to 20 minute overview of the business. If you have any more questions or you want to get me live, please get me live. Either way, it's fine with me. If you get me live, I'm still going to do the same little 15, 20 minute presentation, but then you'll have me there for the Q&A. And I know Patrick and his wife had quite a few questions, which actually helped me to build this 15-minute video. So does everybody understand how to make money? I know I went over it several times. I do that for a reason, to get everybody to understand it, to get everybody to see. But if you'll just think of it as your investment pool, and that everybody that you connect with, everybody that's in your business, everybody that you talk to that becomes a part of it, you all share in a profit pool. And on the first of the month, everybody gets paid from that profit pool. Any questions at all? This right here, where it talks about pace setter, in order to get down another level, you have to have one pace setter leg. At this point, three personal connections are qualified for pace setter. This is 3 of yours, then you get all the rest of these points. And if you build it the way I just talked about, if you share with it the way I just talked about. Now this $99 annual thing, and I've got to get this off of this slide, but this is going away. This is no longer going to be around. All right. This is based on 25 points. I can see this in about a year being $1 a point. So wouldn't it be nice to get $1 a point at 36,000 points just for 3 people? And it's going to get there. It's going to get there. Any questions? Did moving my mic, let me just ask this question real quick. Did moving my microphone take that hum out of it? Can y'all still hear the hum from my computer? Yes, no. Cool. Well, I've got it actually on a pad and on a separate table that's not on the same table. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. Remember, next Monday, I'm going to market. I'm going to be bringing other people in. I'm going to start dropping some people deep. To get somebody deep, you got to, by the end of the month, if I start moving people around, you got to be qualified. I mean, it's, I got the business builders on here now, and that's what we'll talk about is, I mean, it's time to be serious about building a business. How many of you on here, and be serious, be honest with me. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's fine. You don't have to answer with all panelists and all attendees. You can just say all panelists, and I'm the only one to see that. Is everybody here, are you set for mid-5s to 6 figures this year for this program? Is that what you're wanting? Is that what everybody's looking at? Mid-5s, you know, 50,000 plus, you know, 6,000, 7,000 a month, 100,000 a year. Awesome. Awesome. Curtis is wanting 6 figures times 2. I know, buddy. I hear you. I hear you. And I know sometimes we make it sound too easy. And if any of you know me, and most of you do, that's what I'm about, is simple. I don't deal with things that aren't simple. I can't deal with things that aren't simple. But when I build a platform, when I develop software, when I build my businesses, I have to build them simple. And I make this sound simple because it is. There's no doubt in my mind that if you want to make 6 figures with this, if you'll just talk to people, share it with people, you will know real quick if they want to build a business, because you simply ask. Just simply ask. Do you want to build a business? You know, yeah, I'd love to. What kind of money would you like to make with your business? 100,000. Some people are going to just come right out and say, I'd like to make $1 million. Then I've got the business to share with you to do that. And we've got a leadership team, and put yourself in that. You know, this isn't about me at all. Whether, I mean, I just come and present this every week. This isn't about me at all. This is about the team. Okay. This is about the people that come and share and become a part of. This is about the entire team. We are a leadership team. That's why I said it at the beginning. We are a leadership team that's going to build this thing, and we're going to build it together, and come sometime in November or December, we're all going to meet in Florida at the Breakers and spend a couple of days and just enjoy ourselves and drink pina coladas on the beach or Coca-Cola or whatever you want to drink. And we're going to enjoy ourselves and cut up and have a good time. And we're going to have the six-figure club down there. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a really good time. And I would love to see 1,000 people down there with us. I'd like us to rent out the entire Breakers. And it's about $1,000 a night. So, but you're making $100,000. Who cares? You know, I mean, who cares, right? It's just money. It's just money. So, all right. If there's no questions, Will, I saw your, Will Davis, I saw your appointment come across for tomorrow. Thank you for doing that. If anybody needs me, I'm just a message away. I talk to just about everybody that's on the call right now, every single day. So if you need me, message me. We can get on the phone. We can get on Zoom, whatever we need. But put this in your brain. 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, and build it deep. 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, and make those connections. That's what counts. God bless. Good night. We're here to do it together. We're here to climb that mountain, and we're going to rock and roll.